Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We have just returned from Enterprise, where we had deliveries to do for Ruby Peak Naturals, which went very well. We went over to Living Life Cafe, and then we went over to the Commons Cafe, Commons Coffee House, excuse me. And then we stopped at Safeway, did a couple of quick errands. I got my seeds. I am so happy. We stopped at the post office. My seeds are here. So the cantaloupe that I was worried about earlier, not a problem anymore. We have them. We are going to soak them here in a little while, and then we are going to plant them, of course, today. So now that we are back, we are going to have to return to our work. We have all of our trays ready over here. I'm just going to go ahead and get started here. There we go. Perfect. Yay! Who's happy? I'm happy. Thank you for asking. Okay, so let me see. I think we're gonna take this one down. There we go. Okay, so where is phone? There is phone. Perfect. That works. And where is restream? That is the question, isn't it? Restream. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Yes, that one, please. Okay, perfect. There we go. So, I did get into the second round of everything. Or actually, the third round this time. We already have planted bok choy, daikon, rambo, kale, and broccoli. And now this. Oh wait. I forgot my gloves. People, don't let me falter like that. I'm gonna sit here all sad and confused. There. So we have planted bok choy, daikon radish, rambo radish, broccoli, and kale. And this is going to be an all cilantro thing. Now, what I forgot to do, of course, is I need to go and get the cilantro and get it all put out into the fan, or under the fan. So let me go ahead and get that thing going right here. Just a second. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to be right back. Move that over. Over here. There. And I'll be right back, guys. Hold on. Does that? No, it didn't. Sometimes the mute button works and sometimes... Perfect. Now, I got my cilantro seeds. Now, what we do with those, I can show you this real quick. Hold on. Actually, let me go and take this thing out. So what we do, this is our fan right here, okay? So what we do is we take our stainless steel basket out, put it over here, then we grab a couple of, I want to say toilet paper. No, trust me, we don't use toilet paper over here. We're not that poor. We are going to go ahead and grab some paper towels. 2 times 3 usually does the trick. There we go. Okay, that goes Goes back up here. We still got paper towels. Good. So, take the paper towels, put them underneath. Two things. First of all, it's going to help keep the cilantro slightly moist. And the other reason that we put paper towels under here is because cilantro seeds are smaller than the holes that this thing has. So in order for them not to fall out all over the place, that's how we do it. Let me see. What am I doing? Yes, I'm doing this. I'm doing this now. Please remind me. Okay, so we got our cilantro seeds here. They've been soaked for about 8 hours. And now we just take it. I'm going to show you what it all looks like in the end. In just a minute. Ew. God, that is so wet. Ugh. Yeah, the bottom never really dries out very well with cilantro. It is what it is. The seeds are tiny. And when they're wet, they're not letting the moisture leave easily. So we're just going to put them on there kind of like that. Yeah, that does look like a lot of cilantro, doesn't it? Okay, now we're going to turn this thing inside out. Try to get every single seed out there that we can. Waste not, want not, right? There! See? Ta-da! Okay, so I've emptied the net. And I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to be looking at here in a minute. There. Okay, perfect. Now, let me go and spread them out a little bit. There. So it's pretty important that everything is kind of a very thin layered shape here. Because the thinner the layer, the better they dry. Oh my gosh, it smells so good here. It smells like wet Fruit Loops, really it does. Okay, just a second guys, I'll show you exactly what we're doing here. If I don't know what you're doing, maybe you can figure it out. Okay, yeah, I think that looks pretty good right there. And now I have cilantro hands, which is fine. Okay, so let me go and get rid of these here. Wonderful. Yay, you. Okay, so now we have all of our seeds in the basket, nicely spread out. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put them in here. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Wonderful, that worked. And now we're just gonna turn this thing on, put it on 2 maybe, because I'm sitting right underneath here. And then I'm gonna go and start crushing the soil again. There we go. Others in the time crunch, I'm in the soil crunch. What can I say? Come on. There. Okay, perfect. Let me go and get my chair situated, and then we can go and get back to what we were doing over here. Alright, 6. Okay, so 6 more trays. And again, those are all going to be cilantro. Oh, boy. There we are. There. Okay. Now I'm going to be a little quiet because when the fan is going and there's dirt here, it dusts a lot. And I don't want to breathe it in. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna have to go make this fast. There. Yeah, Mondays are pretty busy for us. I mean, it's not like we're just running from one place to the other in the deliveries, maybe. But the rest all takes right here in the grow room. There we go. And then hopefully today we can put up a couple of more thingies of Mylar too. That would be lovely. I would adore that. Oops. There's that. There's this. Hello. There, get the corners nice and situated. Perfect. Yeah, deliveries went very, very well. It's always so much fun to see people. I guess I am a bit more of a people's person than I get myself credit for. I do enjoy people. There. Met a very, very nice lady over at the Commons today. That was fun. Her name is Emily, and we just kind of got talking as we were standing there, waiting for our respective coffees. It's always nice when you find somebody that you just click with instantly. It's always nice when you have a little conversation as you're standing there waiting. There we go. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Don't let me... Oh, man. Don't let me talk while doing this. There. Okay, I think one more tray. And then I can turn on the fan back to the maximum. I got it on 2 right now. I want to get back up to 3. Because it does take a little while for that cilantro to dry, and I fear that we're going to be done with the trays before the cilantro is dry. Or is dry enough to plant. And the thing is, you don't want the cilantro completely dry again. Of course, you want some moisture on that. I mean, otherwise it would just defeat the purpose. But, yeah. Huh? Huh. There. See, the important thing is that you put a little bit of joy into everything you do. Little love, little joy, little happiness, little smiling, good thoughts. That's all there is to it. Boop. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna fix this one up and then I'm gonna turn on the fan on 3. To the max and beyond. Oop, there's this. There. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. Oops. Take those out. Perfect. That'll work. Okay. Yeah. this stuff out of here. Alright, and another tray is almost ready, guys. And 3 more to go. Then Mr. Meep is going to come in here. And get them all nice and prepped for me so I can start planting all of the cilantro. Then the cilantro is going to get covered. Very, very important. Cilantro needs coverage. There. I was just thinking, We had a little flicker in the lights that normally happens when the AC goes on in the grow room. It goes, I need surge. Okay, there's this. Perfect. Ow. Ow, that was my leg. That's okay, I got 2 of those. I can hurt the other one while this one is recovering, okay? Okay. You know, maybe I should wait with the cilantro. I mean, I could do it now, but I don't think it's even anywhere near dry enough. Let me go ahead and put that on 3. Let me go and take a look real quick, guys. I don't think it's anywhere near ready yet. Yeah, certainly not. No. Okay, put it on 3. And let the good times roll. Haha. Whoopsie. Okay, put my phone back here where I can actually see people talk to me. If they decide to talk to me. If you're shy, that's fine, so am I. But I have my moments, I do. Let's see, we still have kohlrabi to plant, beets, sunnies, cantaloupe. Cantaloupe's gonna be the last one tonight. Because they have to soak. I haven't even gotten them out of the package yet. I want to get this done first. And then I think maybe for the next round, while Mr. Meep is prepping the next round of trays, I can go into the cantaloupe and start soaking it. And thankfully cantaloupe doesn't really take long to soak, normally about 4 hours, which, you know, seems like a really long time, but it is early. It's barely noon. So we can probably just plant those around 4:30 or 5 maybe, once I do get them out. And you know, everybody does their microgreens a little differently. Some people say you don't have to soak sunflowers. Some people say you should put other things in blackout. It really depends on what you do for your own self. It really depends on where you get your seeds from, where you learn from, what makes sense to you, you know? It's not that anybody is righter or wronger about certain things when it comes to microgreens. I mean, that the general statistics say, yes, 73 to 75 degrees, 50% humidity, lurdy-dur. But when it comes to the plants themselves, growing them, how to treat them, that is all up to you. Some people don't wash their sunnies because they're like happy to pick the seeds out when they're dry, and they don't have a problem with that. So again, it all depends on what you do and how you do it. There we are.
Meep meep.
Perfect! Yoo-hoo! Okay. Oh, this is nice. I can actually put my feet down. We have a different shelf up on the bottom here. I can actually put my feet on that. That's very comfortable. Yay! All right. So Mr. Meep is aware that I'm currently at the last 2 trays, so he's going to come back and tamp them, start watering. Do we have enough water? I think so. Well, we got some this morning to water, but don't know if he's replaced those gallons that we used or not. And yeah, so when I say gallons, what I mean is we don't have water in the shop here. So when we wash stuff, we have to bring it to the house. When we need water, we get filtered water from the house. We have a 3-filter water system. And we want to make sure that, of course, our plants get the best, so you get the best out of them. So we take that pretty seriously around here. But yeah, no, we don't have running water in the shop yet. At some point there will be. Trust me, I know these things. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. There. Okay, now. Yeah, like I said, dust is happening. Okay. Now the question is, yeah, I think I'm gonna go and plant something else first. We have sunnies, we have kohlrabi, we have Osaka mustard wasabi. You know what? I think I'm gonna do the kohlrabi, Osaka, Mizuna, and wasabi. Okay, kohlrabi are 4. Wasabi is 2. Osaka is 4. Yeah, yeah, no, that'll work. Into Mizuna. Perfect, yes. Change of plans, we're gonna keep those up in there for another 45 minutes or so. We're not going to... Oh, goodness, excuse me. We're not going to plant them right now. Oh, excuse me, my nose is itching. Ooh. Can't have an itchy nose. Oh. Even in this weather, my allergies are not very good. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry guys, but honestly, my allergies have absolutely killing me. So I don't know what it is. Both Mr. and Kirby have been hit left and right. His eyes are constantly burning. Mine are tearing up right now. The signs of and stuff. It's not been a good day for allergens, people. Okay, let's get back to it. Oh man. Yep, sorry about that. People be having those in there, perfect. And we have back at work. Okay, last tray. Once this is done, I'm gonna go and size 2 weeks. Oh, yeah. Can you hear me now? This is better. Good. So, We're gonna plant Osaka, kohlrabi, mizuna, and wasabi. Oh, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. My kohlrabi has finally shown its first true leaves. Oh, if I can by tonight or maybe tomorrow, depending on when it starts to really look good. I'm gonna have to take a couple of pictures because it's so pretty. I really, really, really enjoy kohlrabi as a grow. There's that. Ta-da! Alrighty. And I'm gonna go and get the sunnies into their little special bath. And then we're all done over here. And I'm gonna go and grab my phone. Because water on phone is bad. Let me go and charge this while I'm going. Perfect. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the sunnies here in a minute. I'm gonna go and fix I'm gonna go and fix this for you just a second. Okay. There. Perfect. Okay, so we've got all of our stuff over here. I'm gonna go and mute myself, and then we are going to go and have a heck of a time with our next round of planting. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So it's slightly cold out there, which is why I'm wearing a hoodie right now. But we have finished preparing the trays, so now that means that I get to go and take all of my little signs right here, and I'm gonna make them happen. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the sunnies and the beeps together. So then, if my math is mathing correctly, okay, if my math is mathing correctly, we should have 4 kohlrabi, 4 Osaka, 2 Mizuna, 2 wasabi. That makes 12, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Wonderful. Okay, so let's start with those. And that also makes it possible for me to plant all the mustard together in one fell swoop, which is actually quite practical. Okay, now hold on just a second here. Dry these just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. 2 and 2. Okay, sweet. So we're gonna start with the kohlrabi. Whoop. Put that back. Then we're gonna go do 4 Osaka mustards. Then we're gonna do 2 wasabi and 2 Mizunas. Lovely. Lovely, I tell you, this is great. All right, kohlrabi coming up. And boop, there we go. Sweet. Okay, I got it. There. Now I can actually properly hear myself think again. What was I saying? Kohlrabi. Yes. Coming right up. Kohlrabi is way up here. Oh, okay. All right. Now we got our 5 pounds of kohlrabi. And we're slowly going to release the kohlrabi into the wild. Let it may acclimate nicely, giving us a great crop here. And I have to be careful with the kohlrabi too, because I'm looking at the trays that I have so far, and while they're looking perfectly fine, I do realize that I seeded them a little bit too densely the other day. So, and that is absolutely something that I do want you guys to know about, because yeah, I screw up every once in a while. Trust me, at least once a day. Okay, at least once a day. Otherwise, it's not a meep-proof day. So yeah, overseeding is never ever a good thing, especially when you have crops that have a big dense canopy, like, I don't know, sunnies for starters. Kohlrabi when it's grown the true leaf. Osaka, same thing. What happens is when you plant them too close together, the water inside of the plants kind of like they spread it out, and then they create something called damping off. And damping off is basically when the plants just don't develop, they fall over, they leave nasty, ugly patches in there, and you might get mold. And so to prevent that, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I didn't seed them too densely this time. And here's the thing, you know how they always say, well, airplanes are usually the safest mode of transport in the world? Microgreens are in general very, very, very safe to eat. Never a problem, never an issue. You don't have to wash them or anything. But of course, there are downfalls here and there where you go, oopsie. So you can lose a tray to damping off. You can lose a tray to something unexpectedly drying out. I mean, we've had, jeez. So we actually had a day here. We had our daikon radish right by the fan, and now the fan, we can adjust the fan. And so one morning we come in here and half the tray of daikon is just laying flat. It was really wild. I'm like, why is it half the tray? Why right here? So obviously the fan was way too high and basically took half of the tray of daikon out. That's never a good thing. Don't let me kill my daikon. And like I always say, you can't kill radish unless you try really hard. We apparently tried really hard. I saved the tray for the most part. 75% was fine. But again, you know, watch your air intake, watch your watering, watch your seeding, watch what you do. Which is, you know, again, what better advice to take than my own, right? Okay, where is Sting? There is Sting. Osaka, perfect. Come on, let's go. Woohoo! Party! Party at Meep's place. Party at Meep's place. Huh? Quarter. Okay, now you want to make sure also that, especially with mustard, I have a lady who is allergic to mustard. Okay, so what I tried to do is I tried to take all the mustard and plant it in one row, and then none of the mustard is going to touch any other trays, so she can have whatever she wants. Stay away from the mustard, and there's no way that she can get any of this. That is something really important too, you know, knowing people's food allergies, that kind of thing. You have to be mindful of that kind of stuff. Okay, so now what we can do is we can take a look at the Osaka and tell me that I absolutely overseeded that one. No, I didn't actually. I'm looking pretty good over here. I'm looking pretty good. And again, guys, intention matters here. You want to be mindful of what you're doing and how you're doing it. And something also that I learned over time, not every plant needs the same amount of water every single day. Sometimes plants need a little bit of extra because the humidity was very low and they needed all that water to actually keep growing. Sometimes the humidity is going to be too high, your plants are going to be sweating, or the dirt is still super heavy and they have enough water to make it until the next watering without you interfering just yet. So it's really one of those where I'm going, I have to make sure that all of the plants receive as much water as they need to make it to the next watering. Like, that's my main concern. I don't want to overfeed them, obviously. I don't want to... Oh, come now, child. I don't want to do anything to hurt them. And it's yet another thing to watch out for. Not every plant needs the same amount of water. Not every plant gets the same amount of treatment. Beets and cilantro, for starters, they have to be covered with dirt in order to grow, in order to remove the seed holes, you know. There. Okay. Osaka! And now, what do we have? Wasabi and Mizuna. I love it. Oh, schnoopsies, I didn't even show you the grow room. There! Isn't that so much better now? I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to push a button. Okay, now, to Wasabi, to Mizuna. You know, I absolutely adore planting wasabi because the seeds are so nice and yellow. You can see them wherever you go. It is really, really a joy. There we go. See? You can visualize exactly how dense you want it. Perfect. There. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes. Okay. Just a little more here. And Mr. Meep is already coming in behind me, spraying the seeds, treating them so they're not going to mold and germination. There's not going to be any issues with them. That's our little preventative. Okay. Wait a second. I put it here. Yes, I did. See, I knew I did it. I remembered. Hoopa. Okay, now we got Mizuna. Okay, perfect. Now Mizuna is one of those that I really, it surprised me. I gotta tell you, it did surprise me. Mizuna mustard is one of those that's really, really pretty. I mean, it's really pretty, but it's also very mild. So it doesn't have that bite that wasabi has. It barely has any spice to it at all. But it's really big on flavor, really big on aroma, that kind of thing. So we're going to seed those not too densely. And again, mustard is one of those where the seeds are kind of smaller. and the roots tend to not establish very deeply or very strongly. Okay, let me see here. So normally when you harvest them, sometimes you bring up a root or two. There we go. And then once they're sprayed, Mr. Meep is going to put them all into germination. And then we are pretty much done with that round. And then next up is going to be the cilantro. That is going to be the joy of my existence, because not only do we get to plant 12 trays, we get to cover them as well, which is you know, a little exercise in patience as well, because you cover them with about an inch of soil. And again, we do that to get the seed hulls out. We're trying to get them the best start as possible. We don't want us to sit here for like an hour and a half every week and pick every single seed of cilantro. Mr. Meep does that, you know. So in order to prevent that, we're trying to do everything we can to get the seed hulls loose, to get kickstart germination. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm gonna go and do stuff. I don't know. Oh yeah. That's right. I gotta take the sunnies out. Okay. I'm gonna let Mr. Meep do what he does, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the. Oh, come now, child. I'm gonna go and get the sunnies out of their soak, and then I'm gonna rinse them, and then we're going to see each other in a couple of minutes. Mr. Meep is going to stay here. Stick around. Okay, just a second. I'm gonna go and see how the cilantro is doing in a minute. I got the sunflowers out of the little bath, so those are all here. Oop, you can't see, but they're here. I promise. Here, you know what? I can do this. See? Now you can see us both. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken the sunnies out of the little bath. So what we do is we put the sunnies into a net, kind of like this, and then we soak them for 8 hours in water. And I just came out and rinsed them, and they're pretty much ready for planting. The good thing is that when sunflowers are done with the soaking and everything, you can just drip dry them for a little bit, and they're going to be easy enough to distribute over the tray later on. So that's all fine. Mr. Meep is currently preparing the next set of trays, which is going to be the cilantro. These are going to be for the next round. So I think about 45 minutes, kind of around there. That's going to be how long that's going to take. Now give me a second here. I'm just going to make sure that everything here looks good. Let me see. View channel. Okay, cool. Cool. This is good. Okay, so that all works. That's beautiful. Okay, cool. So now that we have that under control, yeah, I think that's gonna be good. Okay, so now that we got that under control, I'm gonna go and get the beets rinsed because the beets are still in their little soak too. And I think that's pretty much it. Awesome, cool. I'll see you in a couple of minutes, guys. Yay! ladies and gentlemen, bunnies, we have returned. And let me go ahead and show you what else we got to do today. So, harvest. Okay, perfect. So now, you see these three beautiful little things right here that I made, right? This is cilantro. That's the next thing that Mr. Meep is preparing right now. We have our beets, obviously. They're still soaking. And our sunnies. So first of all, this is going to be all of our cilantro. So we're going to 12 trays, and then we do one more round of 4 beets and 4 sunnies. So that's 8. And I keep going. Am I not forgetting anything? Am I not forgetting anything? I don't think I am, though. We got the ramble, the daikon, the beets, the kohlrabi. Oh, the cantaloupe. Oh, Schnoops, I gotta go and soak the cantaloupe. Alright, Chihuahua. See? That's what I'm saying. I just don't know what I'm doing sometimes. Give me a minute. I have to go and soak me some cantaloupe. Where is the pack? Where is the package? Oh no, I'll find it. Give me a minute. Alright, so it's always on my side of the yep. Alright, so we have a package here. Oi, oi, oi. From our friends at Two Leaf Market. I'm going to show you that in just a heartbeat here. I just don't need you guys to see all of our addresses and stuff. Okay, just a second here. Okay, perfect. So, yes, we did get our package from Two Leaf Market. Now, let me see if I can actually get this figured out for a heartbeat. I'm going to go and take the zoom down just a little bit, so you guys might be able to see this. Okay, perfect. So, Two Leaf Market has provided us with another set of 5 pounds of cantaloupe and 5 pounds of cilantro. Usually we order in 5-pound bags because that is the ideal thing for us for most things. Let me explain this for a second. So 5 pounds of average seed like red cabbage, arugula, mustard, bok choy, what have you, normally fits into one of those containers. Bigger seeds, still 5 pounds, but we have more volume, so I can't fit everything in there. Like the cilantro, we still have a half container full of cilantro, so I don't need to worry about that. But the cantaloupe, yeah, definitely something to worry about. So, can I sneak that box knife, or do you still need it? Oh, you still got it. Perfect. Oh, here, you know what? I got options. Ha. Okay, so open that up. So Two Leaf Market is where we get all of our seeds from. Apply. Okay, there. Okay, now we're talking. Wonderful. And they're really reliable. They're fast shipping. They are exceptional as far as customer service is concerned. When they have an issue, or if you have an issue, you tell them, hey guys, I'm sorry this happened, and they will absolutely, you know, do their best to resolve the problems, refund you if necessary. It's really, really wonderful. I'm very happy with them. So let me see. We have, ta-da! Okay, we have lots of paper. Let me go and put that into the back. I'll be right back. There. Let's go and put that into our workshop. There's a place for everything and everything in this place. I love it. Oh, and our miler is looking so good on the wall. Yay! All right, now. So what we have here are 2 packages, and this should be, is that the cantaloupe? It feels like the cantaloupe. Okay, let me see. Is that the, yep, that's the cantaloupe. Wonderful. So we got that. And then of course, whoop, our cilantro. Boink. Okay, so let me go and figure this thing out first. Get rid of everything as soon as you can, because it's gonna give you less work down the road. There's 1. Oop, there's 2. Perfect. Okay. And I'm gonna put this away, and I'll be right back again. Yay! Just a second. Yeah, I'll get you the grow room meanwhile. There you go. We close the door here. Boop. All right. It has been a productive day so far. I love that. Okay, so now what we got here is an empty container that used to contain cantaloupe, but hasn't for about 3 days. Wait, that's cilantro. That can go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put that up here, right next to it. Oi, oi, oi. Okay, so what we got here is an empty container of cantaloupe. We're going to fill that baby up here in a heartbeat. And we're probably going to have some left over too, because 5 pounds is 5 pounds. But if the seed size varies, it's not always the same story. So how you open these things? Okay, very, very interesting. So if you get one of these bags, you see this little thing right here? Yeah, that's where the pun starts. So let me go ahead and show you how to open this as good as I can, okay? So what you do is you take this thing, you find the very end of it, like that, the tiniest little thing, and then you just go rip. Ta-da! See, that's how easy it is. I'm glad that worked. Normally it would have knotted up and it wouldn't have let me go any further and it would have shut down itself. I'm pretty happy that this worked. Now, today is a good day. See, people? It works. Okay, so now the string we can discard. And then we can just open up this back and look at that. There's all our beautiful cantaloupe seed. Now this is Hale's Best. Hale's Best Jumbo, actually. And now, oopsie, this is where the fun begins, because honestly, so what happens is when you have seeds, especially when they're smaller, there's going to be dust in the bag. That's just a given. So, take that container right here, and just go boink. Oh, could I fit everything in here? Should I be brave? Let me be brave. Brave or stupid, I don't know. No, that worked. Okay, perfect. That ought to work wonderfully. So that now means, look at here. Look at how easy that was. I love it. That is perfect. Okay, so now we have 5 pounds of Hale's Best cantaloupe melon in here, which is really, really beautiful. We're gonna fold this over, throw it out. And again, you know, like I said, I always said if I'm going to stream, I want to show you everything. Yeah, even the boring stuff like that. I want you guys to see how we do it. Okay, so now that we got that done, now these you might not be able to see me plant today because, like I said, the package didn't arrive in time, so we're gonna have to soak those for about 2 to 4 hours. By that time, we're probably gonna be done streaming. I mean, you know, um, do I have a net? I don't have a net. Why do I not have a net? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go and get a net and get these all figured out. Give me just 1 second. I promise you, I will be right back. I didn't miss anything, did I? I did not! Yay! I didn't miss anything. I'm so happy. Okay, so I'm gonna get you the grow room back, and I'll be back in a minute. Yay! Hold on. There we go. Okay, so we got our cantaloupe. I got a freshly washed and sanitized net here. And now this is where the fun begins, because I don't necessarily count or weigh anything anymore. I go by feel. After 3 years, you kind of like get a feel for how much cantaloupe to put per tray, and then you just do that as many times as you need trays. So let's just say, yeah, 1 tray, 2 tray. Oh, come on, child. 3 tray, 4 tray, and a little extra just in case. There. That should be enough for 4 cantaloupe trays. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that should work. Let me see. Now I'm getting nervous. Let me take a little extra. Okay, there. Now I'm pretty sure that this is going to be enough for 4 trays. We're going to knot that kind of right there. And then we're going to go ahead and soak this in warm water for about, the minimum is 2. I'd rather go for 3 to 4. The maximum for cantaloupe is actually 6. So what happens if you leave seeds longer than necessary in soak, especially sunnies, they start to ferment. I wouldn't recommend drinking the water, but yeah, they start to ferment and it's going to start smelling a little funny. You get that a lot with sunflowers, for starters. Now the thing is, if you have cantaloupe, and this is again, everybody has their own way of doing things. They're saying soak them in warm water. Now they're not saying boil some water and pour it over the cantaloupe. That would destroy them. But use water that is about room temperature, maybe a little warmer. So that's where I'm going with. I'm gonna go and grab these, put them into a bucket, and I'm gonna find me some warm water to put into this, and I'll be right back. Oh, and I'm gonna get the beets too. Yay! I'll be back in a minute. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it. There, perfect. And I can take this off now. So, we have made it to the point where I need to go and look at the cilantro real quick. I got the beets all taken care of. Yes. Yes. Okay, so I don't know if you can actually see this, but you're going to notice a little bit darker and a little bit lighter pattern. And the darker is, of course, where the cilantro is still wet. The lighter is where it's almost dry. That's the kind of mix that you want, okay? That's the kind of mix that you want if you soak cilantro and you... I find it impossible to plant it wet. So that's why we're doing this. That's why we keep drying our seeds, just to make that part a little bit easier. Now I'm going to leave it, actually... Let me take one more look here. I think that's actually pretty good. Yeah, that'll be fine. So, I'm not going to dry it anymore, because again, you do want some moisture in your seeds. Otherwise, it kind of like defeats the purpose of soaking in the first place. Let me go ahead and get rid of this thing. And now, we're gonna go ahead and grab our gloves and start up with the trays one more time. Where's my phone? There's my phone. Perfect, I got it. Yay! Okay. Did I miss anything? What? Social media? What is this? I have no time. I have plenty of time, actually. Okay, there's this. Now, if you hear something funny, Mr. Meep is actually trying to work out in the grow room what we're doing right now. So we got our first pieces of mylar up, which is amazing, which is really, really cool. But right now we got a gallon of silver paint. Now, if you look at our grow room right here, you can see that everything is very, very, very silver, like that right there. Okay, everything is very silver. You might actually be able to look up at the very top on the ceiling and see the boards that kind of go that way. And those are the boards that we are going to make today/tomorrow. So we got a gallon of silver paint. And I get to paint all of those. And those are going to be the boards we are going to use to hide the seams of our new grow room in mylar. Okay, just a second. I'm logging into Restream. Hold on. Let me dance for a second. Okay, perfect. There. See? Hey, this is my channel. I dance if I want to dance, okay? I don't dance, actually. I promise. I'm gonna do some weird movements, and that's all you're gonna get out of me today. Okay, can I? I can. Okay, lovely. Why not like this right away? Okay, now, 12 more trays. And this is how we do it, people. One tray at a time, one seed at a time. We're going to take our time with everything. You know, as I always say, doing things right takes time, but that's why it meeps. But that's why it's meeps. Sometimes it meeps too. Alright, now we're going to start with the crushing soil again. You find big sticks, take them out. I don't want to be mean, but nobody likes them. Now, some people go and take the dirt and they don't care about big sticks, little sticks. I make that distinction. Nobody told me to. Nobody said I have to do this. I just don't like all the big interruptions in this thing, okay? That's all I'm saying. And the other reason why I actually crush the soil is because we use a 444 amendment from Rocky Mountain Bio AG. It's called Perfect Plant Organics. It's an organic amendment. 4% of phosphorus, nitrogen, magnesium. Oops. Come on now. There it is. And I don't want to have that on my hands unless I can protect myself a little bit. Protect the paws at all costs, right? I really need to go and find a Wi-Fi cam for this. So when I first started streaming this, there were a lot of people who always asked, like, what are you doing? How are you doing this? How are you doing that? I started to stream with a wish to help you out in those questions, really. I wanted you to see how we do things. It's not even just that it's a trust building exercise, it's more of a, hey, I understand that you want to know more, and I want to do everything I can to tell you what we do and how we do it. But sometimes talking isn't enough. Sometimes you gotta show it, right? So that's why I'm here today streaming while I do this. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, other assorted things that you want to ask or tell me, go ahead, let me know. I promise I'll check chat every few seconds here now because I got my phone on me. All I have to do is just look at the chat and then just keep crunching on. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. Oh, come on, Meep! Meep, what did you do that for? Assault myself. Yikes. And that is why a very, very good washing machine is actually an essential thing in this place. I will ruin my clothes every week anew. I alone can keep the clothing industry in good standards. Good standing, that way around. Sorry, English is my second language. My first is sarcasm, my third is German. Okay. Now, there's a couple of questions that have arisen here and there that I like to touch on every once in a while because I think they're pretty important to know. Someone once asked me, so can you make a microgreen out of any plant? And I said, no, please. Please do not make the mistake of ever trying to do bell peppers, eggplant, potato, tomatoes, anything like that. Anything that has solanine, anything that is a nightshade family shrub or plant. Please do not eat them when they're young. Please do not try to grow tomatoes or potatoes as microgreens. They may harm you. They may harm you badly. And again, potatoes contain something called solanine, which is very, very important for dogs not to eat, okay? The same thing is with tomatoes. Tomatoes, eggplants, also known as aubergines. Do not plant those as microgreens. They will harm you because, again, there is cyanide in there. And you might not be able to withstand such an onslaught onto your body. So please, please, please don't do that. Always do your own research, too. That's the important part. But yes, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of varieties of microgreens. Peas, of course. We used to grow peas. That's normally more of a springtime kind of thing. But this time, because we had to prepare for the market, we didn't have the space for a whole bunch of different plants. Because again, we are building a second grow room, but we didn't have the space in this grow space to plant everything that we did like a year ago. So we have to be a little bit selective about what we do. We're trying to go with the flow, of course, but there are certain things that just take their time. So for starters, what I want to do is I want to grow basil and arugula on a regular basis. Again, the problem is that we don't have the space. Basil, especially Thai basil, oh goodness, it takes about a month. So that takes a whole rack up and all 4 shelves of it for about a month. We can't do that. I'd rather concentrate on anything that grows within 10 to 12 days. Because again, the weekly turnover is what makes this work as a business. I don't mind at all waiting about a month for something to be harvestable. If it's beautiful, if it's worth it, if people love it, absolutely I'll do that. But I also understand that there's going to be plants that people are going to love in mixes. So we have to make our priorities based upon what the people want. We listen to you, okay? We do listen to you, and trust me, we've had a couple of people that love arugula, and I brought arugula back for them for about 3 weeks, and then I realized, well, I still don't know. I mean, I know how to grow it, but the arugula is such a diva for me, you wouldn't believe it. If you've ever grown microgreens and you've successfully raised arugula, please, I want to hear from you. Teach me, senpai, because honestly, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It always comes out too wet. It doesn't grow very well, even in blackout. If you put it in blackout, it's getting moldy. I don't want any of that good stuff. I just want healthy, happy arugula. Some people use slow bolt because so varieties, okay? Slow bolt arugula basically slow bolt because it doesn't bolt as fast as other arugulas. Arugula bolting in a grow room is really not a good thing because once it bolts, you're done growing it. Okay, you can't sell it if it bolts. It's going to become bitter. It's going to become all sorts of strange and just different. So please, let me find out how to grow arugula correctly. And here's my personal issue. Okay. This is my standard. I don't need perfect, but I want the customers to love it. That is my creed. I want the customers to love it. I want you guys to be happy with what you get. And if I can't provide quality on a regular basis, on a consistent basis, I'm not growing it. I'm sorry, guys. I love you, but honestly, if I don't know how to grow it correctly without issues so that you guys can love it, there's no sense in me growing it at all, right? And I'd much rather tell you, hey, I'm sorry I don't have it, rather than saying, oh yeah, I got that, and then you're disappointed. I'm not going to do that. That's bad business, okay? We don't do bad business around here. Now, the thing is, some people grow astro arugula, and astro arugula is one thing that I also have. I tried it, and it's meatier. There's a visible and tasteable difference in it. But it's still arugula. It still behaves the exact same way as my snowball did. And I just don't know, folks. I just don't know. It's supposed to be a 10-day crop. And in blackout, normally what you do is blackout. You use blackout in order to elongate stems, in order to make it grow higher, to get a little bit better of a cutting edge, so to speak. It just doesn't work for me, guys. I'm sorry. And again, I will not give up on the arugula. I love arugula personally. I want that stuff on my pizza. I want that stuff on my sandwiches. I want it in my salads. I want arugula everywhere. But I cannot provide that until I actually figure out how to do it right. There's other things. Red cabbage. Red cabbage was one of the things that actually went into the Knox mix for the longest times. And we didn't really have any issues where it was like bad tasting or anything, but it still had the issue of being too wet. And again, you can fix that by watering it less and by adjusting your seeding and all of that, but it still didn't hit the spot for me. It still didn't say, hey, you know what, I'm going to help you as a microgreen farmer and I'm going to be really good to you. It just didn't happen. So what we did, we took the red cabbage out of the Knox. We are going to replace it with kohlrabi, which is going like crazy. I'm gonna have to show you the first true leaves. I'm so happy. No, honestly, kohlrabi is so pretty. And we have Vienna purple kohlrabi. That's the variety that we use. Our broccoli is a Waltham 29. Then our kale is red Russian kale. We have Detroit dark red beets. Let's see what else. Our sunflowers are the variety of black oil sunflower, which is, in my opinion, probably the sunflower variety to grow if you're growing sunflowers for microgreens. And yeah, I'm gonna turn the music back on here in a minute. I know it stopped. I can hear myself think. See, that's the only reason why I know the music isn't there any longer. All of a sudden I'm going, hey, I have thoughts. That's funny. Okay, just a sec here. Get that figured out. Beautiful. Get it all sorted. Ta-da! But yeah, again, everybody has their own way of doing things. Everybody grows something different. I don't know that there's any microgreen farmers that grows the exact same thing every single time. Unless it's like peas and sunflowers. We all do that. Broccoli, that kind of thing. But there's amaranth that we've tried for a long time. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we have grown before. Okay, now give me just a second here because I need to go. Where do I need to go? What do I need to do? This. Yes. Okay, perfect. There we go. Okay, music is back up. Yay! Eh. And it just really depends on the grow, on you as a person, on what the people like, on where you are in the world. I mean, you could be down in Portland, which has like 500 times the customers, but maybe if you have 500 times the customers, you don't grow the variety that we have up here with, I don't know, 200 customers, So there's always going to be a little bit of a divergence, something else. So farmers markets, okay, up here, it's basically all community, and there's no bad or good thing here. I'm just trying to make a connection, or what do you call it? A side-by-side comparison to Portland and us. And I haven't been to Portland markets at all for a very long time, but I imagine that if you have that many people who love broccoli and sunnies and peas, you're gonna grow a whole bunch of broccoli and sunnies and peas, but you're not going to grow as much cantaloupe, or because there's just less customers for that kind of thing. So I guess over time you really get to know your customers, and I feel almost like I have an unfair advantage being up here because I know my customers. My customers know me in person. That's one of the fun things that happens. You get to talk to people. You get to know who they are. You get to know their preferences, their livelihoods a little bit. It is a blessing. It is a gift, really, when you get to make that connection with a person. And microgreens really are just a conduit for that. And I've always said, now I'll say it again, everything that happens to us from this business is just a side effect of what we create. Love, integrity, gratitude, right? So that's where I'm coming from. And I'm not saying there's not any actual true relationships going on in Portland or Chicago or wherever you have your other farmers markets, okay? But I do feel there's a distinct difference between customer relationships up here in Balawa County versus anywhere else in the States. Or maybe I'll go as far as to say, hey, small rural towns like ours have a different slice of life than what they do down in Portland or Seattle or wherever. And honestly, I've been living rural for so long now that I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to all the cars and the noises and the mass amount of people and all of that. I like it where it's quiet, guys. I grew up and I was like, oh yeah, no, but I'm always going to be a city kid, and I'm always going to be one of those, you can take the girl out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the girl. No, not at all. You can take the city out of a girl if you put her into a place where there's deer on the road at 5 in the morning. When you get up that early and you hear cows 3 fields down. When you get up in the morning and you look up and you see a super clear, a super clear dark sky just lit up by millions of stars. No, there is a difference here. And once you get used to it, and once you really go to a farmer's market at 6 a.m. and you see the sunrise and the sun is just hitting the mountains and everything is just quiet and beautiful. Oh, there's no comparison, guys. Not for me. I've lived in the cities most of my life. And right now, right up here, yeah, no, I found my forever home. Definitely. Okay, so, see? Talk less, eat less dirt. Dirt is a part of my diet these days, I suppose. There. Okay, so now we have 12 trays of cilantro that I'm going to plant for this. That out of the way. Focus a little bit more on what I'm doing here for a minute. Just so I can get it done in timely fashion. I don't even know what time is. Time is 1:16. Ooh! We might get done by 3:30 today. That'll be fun. And there's people out there who are wondering if I ever sleep. The answer is somewhat. Sometimes, here and there, if I catch a nap. I do get up very, very early. I do get to bed pretty early. But yeah, I do sleep. Rarely, but it happens. There's this. Perfect. Okay. There. But yeah, honestly, country life is the way to go. And I'm not saying just country life in general, but my community in general. Yeah, good people, guys. Good people. And that's what I really want to make happen too. Bring people together a little bit. We are involved in the community dinners in Palawa and Joseph. And they're so much fun. Oh my gosh. They're really, really, really fun. Mondays are long days for Joseph. So normally in the winter, what we did is, so we started the day like usual. We had our deliveries, and then we started planting. But the thing is, when deliveries are done and you go home and you have 60 trays to plant, you can't plant them all before 3:30, which is basically when we had to leave for the community dinners. And so it did take a little bit out of us, but it is just so wonderful. It is so fun to see people get together and really just enjoy a good meal, enjoy community and all of that. It's a good life. Okay, I'm gonna go and put these around here. Come on, there it is. I'm not tired, you're tired. Okay, that works. Okay, and I'm gonna have to go and see. There. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a quick little break. Just about 2 minutes, my darlings. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. I'll see you soon. Where were we? Yes, I had 4 more trays to go, I think. Hello! Huh? Yeah. Give me just 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I have been summoned. Okay, now we are good. Ladies and gentlemen, we have returned. I just had to go and do something for Mr. Meep and help him a little bit because he's really working his hiney off right now, working in the new grow room. We're putting up our plywood as we speak. It's starting to take shape. Every once in a while, I have to hop out and help him a little bit. So that's why I had to go for a little bit longer. And now we are officially back with. Didn't I have gloves? I thought I had gloves. Where did my gloves go? Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I got my gloves. See? Yay! Okay, now. Yoy! Okay, 4 more trays. And then we're gonna cilantro the entire thing. So yeah, Mr. Meep is actually working very hard on the grow room right now. No, I'm not tired. You're tired. Okay, let me put the phone right here. If there's any chats, I will see them. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, cool. We should do little dance breaks every once in a while. I mean, I can't dance, but at least I'm still gonna break. Alrighty. Oop. Okay, well that is unfortunate. There. Alright, now. We got 4 more trays to go. Perfect. Then I'm gonna get the cilantro out while Mr. Meep is going to prepare the trays for me. Get them nice and evened out, and then watering them. Very, very important. Okay, get this out. Those out here. Okay. This one almost seems a little full. That's okay, we'll make it. We'll all make it work in the end. There we are. Okay, now 3 more trays. And if I do get a little quiet every once in a while, remind me to wake myself up here. It is kind of therapeutic doing this, not gonna lie. It is kind of very nice to just get your hands a little dirty. Go feel that soil going through your fingers. Oh, it's just so nice. I enjoy this. Okay, take this apart. Lovely. Okay. Get those all in here. Ta-da! And this was actually a really productive day so far. I'm pretty sure there's more to come. Seeing how Mr. Meep is already engaging himself in another war of the boards. He's been cutting and slicing over there, trying to put the rest of the walls up so we can go and get a door. By the way, if you happen to know somebody in our area who has a door with a frame, doesn't really matter what the door looks like unless it's like really terribly damaged. We need a 38 by 80 door, I believe. Yeah, 38 by 80. Okay, more. And I think the weather is kind of getting me down a little bit too, because I've been tired all day, I've been sleepy all day. Is it just a thing that once you hit 40 or something, you just get really, really tired one day and then you just stay that way forever and ever, amen? I don't know anymore. It just feels like this sometimes. You know, you get up and you can't ever get your mojo back. It's like, come on. You know, I had my coffee. I had my breakfast. I had 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Mostly 6, but okay, let's not count that, yeah. And still, you know that you should be more energetic than before. It's like, I don't know. I can't figure this out. I'm pretty much done with coffee. I mean, I have my occasional matcha and everything, or my occasional latte. But coffee, for the longest time, caffeine was a main part of my diet. And I think last year at some point, probably about a year ago now, I was like, well, you know what, ginger tea actually sounds good. So I started making ginger tea every single morning. And I used to make it with lemon juice and honey, or sometimes brown sugar. And over time, my tummy just went, hey, no. Now I know ginger is supposed to be really, really good for your tummy and all that. I get that. I understand that. It works for me. But apparently the lemon that I put in there made my tummy over acidic. And so it wasn't really happy with me when I had my ginger tea every single day, 3 times a day. And so I was like, well, okay, I'm just going to have 1 cup in the morning, and that didn't work either. So eventually I decided to go to hot sugar water, which is basically just chai tea. The instant stuff, just add water, that kind of thing. I mean, I love it, it's really good. But I know it's not good for me. But again, I don't want to do caffeine all that much anymore. But I need to find something that keeps me going throughout the day. And I'm not talking niacin and vitamin B5 and whatever. I'm not talking 5-hour energy drinks, guys. Okay, so, hello. Alright, now, last tray. Then Mr. Meep is gonna come in, tamp everything down for me, and water everything. We call this the great stomp and slurp. I kid you not. Yeah. Don't ask me how I came up with that one. But anyway, that is what we are moving towards to. And again, if you hear drilling noises, sawing noises, anything like it's something's coming through the wall, that's Mr. Meep. Don't worry, I promise you, no panic on the Titanic. Yeah, this is good. That's good. Yeah. Oh, Germany is playing today. Wait, Germany is playing who today? Siri, who is Germany playing today in the World Cup? Was it Ghana? Oh, okay. They're playing Paraguay. 0-0. Okay, alright. 0 for both. Germany versus Paraguay. I think that just kind of started. I couldn't see enough for me to get details. But Germany versus Paraguay. Now, I don't watch the World Cup. I kind of keep track of it here and there. I used to watch the World Cup way back in Germany, of course. But over time it just faded because first of all, I don't have a TV. Second, I don't have the time to watch games anymore, which is super, super sad. But at the same time, I still want to keep an eye on at least like the Europe Cup and the World Cup and all of that. I'm hoping Germany does good. I'm hoping the States do good. I'm hoping Argentina, Brazil, France, Italy, and Spain are doing good. I don't have favorites. I just know which ones are the better teams that are mostly equipped to advance in the World Cup, usually, you know. And I'm not saying I'm not rooting for the underdog. I'd love to see Paraguay or South Korea or somebody just swoop up and get it. I think there's danger in any team if you underestimate your opponent, absolutely. But I do hope that Germany is going to do well. I'm kind of hoping England too, you know. England would be good. The States, obviously. But we'll see. We'll see how we do. I'm really looking forward to that game. I might have to check into that. Oh. Gonna have to go and look at what Germany and Paraguay are doing here. Okay, now I'm gonna go and get Mr. Meep so he can go and tamp everything down, water everything. Okay, no, that way. Okay, perfect, that'll work. Thank you. Okay, so grab the phone. I'll grab Mr. Meep, and I'm gonna go for a quick, refreshing round. There's that, and I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, bunnies, we have returned. Mr. Meep has prepped all of the trays for me, which is really, really awesome, which is wonderful. Give me just a second here. Where is Sting? There is Sting. Okay, I got it now. We didn't miss anything, did we? We did not. Cool. Awesome. So, now what we are going to do is I get to take the cilantro out of our dryer. I'm going to get to put Restream back on so I can see my chat where it needs to be. Hold on. Just a sec. I need to grab this thing so I can actually keep it safe from all the water. Put that right there, that in there, ta-da! And we are good to go. Okay, so now what we have done is we have our cilantro in here. I'm gonna have to write one more label, or actually two. Do you want to do 4 stacks of 3 or 3 stacks of 4? Because we said we wouldn't want to do the 6 anymore. Okay. Okay. Alright, so 4 sets, that means 3 sets of 4. So we need 2 more labels then. Okay, so what I'm gonna do in that case, ta-da! See, you get to watch me! Yay! Not that I feel that self-important, but... Okay, now let me see. Gotta fold this over. There's this. And that. Perfect! Cilantro, 629. And these are all going to be cilantro. But the thing is, since we're doing 3 stacks, we need labels on all 3 of them to make sure that we know what we are looking at when we are looking at trays in germination. So 1 more here and 1 more there. Perfect, that'll work. All right, now we're gonna go full grow room on you. Perfect, there we are. And all right, I'm gonna take all of our cilantro out here. Very, very gently move that a little bit. Okay, and cilantro, here we go. Woo woo! And the cilantro really is perfect right now because it's not super wet anymore. It's easy to seed. I just want to make sure that I get everything down a little bit. Normally what I do is I take a general handful or 2 over each tray and then I come back for more and fill all the gaps. Oops! No, don't let me drop it! Like I said, the first round is supposed to make everything look somewhat planted. The second round is where finesse comes in. There's this. Perfect. Okay, next. It's been a day, ladies and gentle bunnies. Ooh. You just want to work them in just a little bit. Now the thing is, again, we are going to go and take all of the cilantro and we are going to cover it with about 1 inch of soil, which is excuse me, which is very important. Because if you want to get rid of all the seed holes of cilantro, they don't normally just come off by growing straight like this. They need something to grow through in order to shed their seed holes. And that is quite important for us because Mr. Meep sometimes sits here for 1.5 hours taking cilantro hulls off of our cilantro. And we're trying to keep that minimized, of course, because nobody wants to bite into seeds. And the other thing is also, nobody wants to sit there for like 1.5 hours and actually do that. So we're doing our best to prevent seed holes on our cilantro. Fun fact, okay? So, and I don't know exactly. Okay, don't fire me if I'm telling you the wrong thing here. As ChatGPT says, check important info. Okay, But from what I know is that cilantro, the plant is actually cilantro, but you also know it's coriander. But I think the coriander is actually just the seed. The plant is called cilantro. Again, I can't be certain, but that's what I kept hearing. If you have a differing opinion, please do let me know, because I don't know. Okay, make sure that we get all of these all figured out. Yay, that looks good. Okay, we are looking good over here as well. Take those. We're going to do that. Wonderful. And again, the first go around was really just to cover everything a little bit. Oh, that was bad. Bad Meep. Bad Meep. Sorry. So, the thing with cilantro is that, like everything else, you don't want it to bunch up. And that's what I just did. I just threw a whole slew of seeds together here. That's really not a good thing. Ow. Okay, let me see. Boop. Okay, I think I do have a little bit too much seed here, but that's okay. We'll still use all of it if we can. And if not, we lose a couple of bucks. It is what it is, people. I'd rather have healthy plants and lost a couple of bucks than too much and everything dying on me. You wouldn't be happy with me. I wouldn't be happy with me. So make sure that you got even seeding, even planting everywhere. But not too much. Too much of a good thing is still not a good thing. There. Okay. And now we take the rest of the cilantro. Actually, I'm just going to take one handful and a little bit here. Just a second. I'm going to have to go over them one more time. And this is our second go around, just to make sure that everything has a little space. Everything is seated nice and easy, not too densely. And again, intention matters, guys. There. Fill those gaps a little bit. Make sure everything has a little space to grow. No one is encroaching upon anybody else's territory, but they're all still in shouting distance, okay? That's very important. Okay. Then what happens, we're going to spray these. Then I'm going to cover them with a little dirt. Okay. And the first three are ready now. There we are. Lovely. Well, that worked out, didn't it? Whoop. That's okay. Gotta take your phone with you wherever you go. Okay, a few more over here. Yeah, I see we're gonna get rid of most of it. You don't want stuff like that bunching up. That's the important part right there. Okay. I think we're pretty good over here now. There's this. Yeah, that worked out absolutely perfect. You don't really have to throw a whole bunch away, which is wonderful. Waste not, want not. I keep telling you guys, waste not, want not. Okay, so we go and take the phone out of reaching range. And now that they're all nice and sprayed, I'm going to take this thing up. There, lovely. Lovely. Thank you. I'm gonna make it just a little bit of noise. Okay. Ooh. That almost fell. It kind of fell a little, but I didn't break it. I promise. It is one of those days. What am I doing? Oh yeah, dirt, right. So what we're trying to do is we are trying to keep the cilantro seeds from throwing a fit and keeping their hulls on them longer than necessary. So we try to persuade them. It's kind of funny actually. If you speak nicely to them, sometimes they do listen. Sometimes they're going to be like a really, really stubborn teenager. But mostly what you do is you take one thingy of soil, one scoop, put that over it. There. Scoop after scoop. Just enough so they have something to grow through. You don't want to make it too hard on them. But you don't want to coddle them either. Yeah, and big sticks like that, ugh. Leave. Alright, thank you. There. Okay. Now okay. Let's just say we need a little bit more over here. There. Okay, so now what we got is we are. You know what? I'm going to close this. I might need it one more time, but it's easy enough to get it out. Okay, lovely. Now, take that dirt, schmirk it up a little bit. And with this, it really doesn't matter all that much if there's huge clumps or anything. If nothing else, it gives them something to grow through. So sometimes sticks and stones actually are very helpful. Not for your bones, but for cilantro. And again, just about half an inch to an inch of soil over the entire shebang. And if I do tend to get a little quiet here, I'm sorry. This is very therapeutic for me. Okay. Go, there's that. Go and grab my phone. Didn't have my phone. I did have my phone. See? See, I knew these things. Perfect. Yep. Not without this, though. That is my saving grace. There. Ugh. Okay, maybe not that big of a stick. Boop. Did I make a mess over here? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, I swear. I didn't realize. That's okay. I can easily say, oh, Mr. Meep is gonna take care of that. It's fine. I can make all the mess that I want. It will be taken care of. Okay, that's over here. Okay. These out. What is this? Oh, you stick your stick. Go away. Hey, I said go away. Don't come back. Don't you dare. There. Another one. Yes. There. Ich. So now the next trays are going to be beets and sunnies. That's 8. And then 4 more for the cantaloupe, but that's going to be later this afternoon because honestly, I didn't get the cantaloupe until today as we were on our way back from our deliveries. And so cantaloupe needs to soak for about 2 to 4 hours. And since we try to give our plants the best start they can have, they're still going to be soaking by the time the stream is done. So you're not going to see me plant cantaloupe today. Sorry, guys. Because they're still soaking for at least 2 hours. By that time, I believe that we will be done here. For the most part. I promise you, you're not going to miss anything terribly exciting or interesting or dramatic. I mean, I could make it dramatic, but yeah. So the cantaloupe is going to be planted way later today. Normally they would have been a part of that next set. But today is just not that day. These things happen, guys. It is what it is. We are still getting a bunch done. We are still being very productive. And happy. Yeah, we're happy. Well, I mean, me. I'm happy. I hope you are too. You should be. Today is a good day. Everybody should have a good day every day. It's so sad. Okay, now. Halfway through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jawohl, Herr Kommandant. Das ist gut. Yeah, this is an orderly German household. Oh, Germany is playing Paraguay. Siri, what's the score on the Germany-Paraguay game? Still 0-0. Ah! Okay. They are playing now, aren't they? That'd be fun. If I'm looking at a game that's not even started yet. Okay, cover all that. Whoop. Sorry, Nosage. And then people wonder how I end up with dirt on my face. Yeah, that's probably it. I get a very strange itch, and then all of a sudden I have dirt on my nose. It is what it is, guys. That might almost be a little thin, but I'll take it. I'll take it. It'll be fine. It'll probably be fine. It'll be fine. Probably. Okay, that one out. Wonderful. Now, cilantro is one of those that took us forever to figure out how to grow. I don't know why it was so hard for us to figure it out, but it took us a very long time because, oh my gosh, the seeds that we had. I cannot even tell you how often Mr. Meep sat there at the very beginning taking cilantro seeds off of the cilantro for hours on end. I mean, seriously, it was pretty bad. And we almost despaired. I was like, I don't want to grow it anymore. And I mean, once you figure it out, it's actually kind of easy. And again, you know, there's no wrong or right way to do this. There's different methods. Everybody's grown room is going to be a little different. Everybody's wants and needs are going to be a little different. So I can show you what we do and how we do it. But I'm never ever going to sit here and tell you that that's the way you have to do it. Okay? There's not ever going to be any pressure. You're not gonna hear me say this is how you do this. I'm gonna say this is how we do this. See if it works for you guys. I'd love for more people to grow microgreens, even in my county. I would welcome a little competition. But also it would just give us the chance of talking to other microgreen growers and going, hey, how are you doing? How are you doing what you do? I don't have that just because you do the same thing I do. I have to work against you. That is not who I am at all. I want to have people that come into the market and go, hey, I want to do this and I want to help them grow their own microgreens. So one thing I realized is that if somebody is successful and you are also successful at what you do, even if it's the exact same thing, someone else's success does never detract from my own. You know, if somebody else is doing good with microgreens, I'm really happy for them because yeah, they figured it out. They know what it takes. This is great. You know, I'm not scared about competition. I'm not scared about people trying to do the same thing we do. Why? Why would I want to do that? I welcome that kind of stuff. We're better together. Okay, so let me go and get these things all figured out. Perfect. Okay. Ew. Ugh. Okay, and then it's almost time for Mr. Meep to do his thing again. Coming in here and stomping everything. Perfect. And I've talked to a couple of other microgreen growers and you know, just hey, how you doing? I heard you doing the same thing we are. What are you growing? How's everything going for you? What's your biggest success? What are things that you would have loved to know when you first started your microgreen business? And I think a lot of people are cautious because they feel if they talk too much about what they do and how they do it, they're going to give away industry secrets, or you know, hey, this is our way, we don't want to share this. I have no problem with that. You ask me where I got my seeds from, True Leaf Market. You ask me where I got my soil from, it's Promix HP or MP. You know, I want to help people do what we do if they feel the need to do it. Absolutely. It doesn't matter if you're in Delaware County or in New York or Chicago or wherever you are. I don't care. I just want you guys to be successful in what you do. There. Okay. Alrighty, and there's the last tray that we needed to cover the cilantro for. So now Mr. Meep can stack them and rack them. Stack them, pack them, and rack them, actually. And this time, so usually what we did is we took 6 of those trays and stacked them together because we now grow 12 cilantro trays instead of just 8. 6 trays proved to be a little bit too much weight on top of each other because we didn't really get a good germination. There wasn't enough plant material coming through the dirt anymore. So what we're going to do differently this time is we're going to take 4 stacks, but 3 times. So three things of 4 instead of 2 of 6. Am I making sense? I think so. Anyway, that is how we're going to do it this time. Hoping that's going to treat us much better than before. There. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go and get Mr. Meep, and then he'll stack them and pack them, and then he'll rack them, and then I'm gonna don't fall over, and then I'm gonna be back in just a minute here. Hold on. And while Mr. Meep is going to finish up these trays here, I'm going to go ahead and get my, did I have my beets? No, but I do have my sunnies. Oh no, the sunnies got all wet again. Oh. Did I get my beets out of here? I didn't. I'm going to have to go and get my beets. Perfect. That gives me a perfect opportunity to let you go and watch Mr. Meep in the wild. There we go. And I shall return in just a couple of minutes here. Thank you. Meep meep. There we go. Okay, so I forgot the beads, didn't I? No, I got them. I got them right here. That's good. Okay, so these have been dripping for a little bit. There we go. Do that on the ground. So these are our beads. Hold on, let me go and get you a better view here. So these are our beads. We're going to do 4 trays of beads. Now we are using the variety of dark Detroit red or Detroit dark red, I think it is. We did attempt. Sorry, burn. We did attempt to use bull's blood beads, which kind of also worked, but the issue was that bull's blood beads are notorious for their seeds. You wouldn't think that there is a big difference between bull's blood bead seeds and the other seeds that you bite on when it comes to beads, but trust me, there is. You don't want to bite into a bull's blood bead seed, okay? So we're trying to make sure that there's no seeds involved here. Now, what we are going to do is we still have 3 things to plant, and I forgot to make the label for the canter, didn't I? Yeah. My world is in chaos. It's fine. Just a second. I got this. No panic on the Titanic, please. So cantaloupe, of course, is going to be a part of this as well today. Cantaloupe. 629. Okay, so you're going to be able to watch me do the beads and the sunnies. So right now we only need 8 more trays. Later on this afternoon, we have 4 more trays to do of the cantaloupe once that's all soaked and done. I doubt that I'm going to stream that because, I mean, simply because it's like 15-20 minutes of work and it's not really worth throwing the stream on for it. But again, we have beets left, we have sunnies left, and then the cantaloupe later on tonight. I'm super excited that we get our cantaloupe seeds back. And for right now, only 8. But we're going to need 12 eventually. So if you just want to go ahead and prepare all of that, that's good. So we don't want to, of course, make ourselves more work than necessary. I had a little bit of an experience with the cantaloupe today. Let me tell you a little story, okay? This is Meep's story time. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for arriving so perfectly early and properly. So cantaloupe is one of those. It's like, I always describe it like this. It's an avocado, okay? Cantaloupe is an avocado that you buy from the supermarket and you know you have a little time until it's ripe. So the avocado goes, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, now too late. Yeah, and that is exactly the thing with the cantaloupe. I blacked them out yesterday. I took them out of blackout. And then this morning, because they were green and beautiful, I was like, oh, hey, cool, I'm gonna snack me one. So I grabbed the cantaloupe, put it into my mouth, and started chewing victoriously, only to spit it out not even 3 seconds later. Guess what? Cantaloupe have this incredible property of being very, very bitter. Not as bitter as I am. But honestly, cantaloupe are very, very bitter if they're not properly out of germination and greened up yet. They were kind of green, they looked green enough, they looked healthy enough, and they're beautiful right now. I mean, seriously, my cantaloupe looks amazing right now. I'm thinking that probably by tonight or tomorrow morning they are going to have left that bitterness behind. They're going to come this really sweet little thing. The thing is, and again, you know, every variety of microgreen that we grow is different. Everything changes throughout the season. So, with the current cantaloupe, I should probably go ahead and try one just for the heck of it. But again, if you harvest cantaloupe too early, it's going to be very bitter. It's not going to be fun at all. You wouldn't be happy with me if I tried to give you a product like that. If you harvest it too late, it becomes also very bitter again, and it's becoming a little harder. It's becoming fluffier and fuzzier. So cantaloupe at its best, is really just the texture is a little bit like that of a peach. The taste is normally sweetish to quite sweet, and that depends on many factors. Again, you know, how old is the cantaloupe, when did you harvest, that kind of thing. But the funny thing is that if I don't try my cantaloupe on a regular basis, I don't know when to harvest it. So every morning I go out there and go, or depending, you know. let me go ahead and try cantaloupe for you guys. I promise you I'll be right back. Just a second. I'm just gonna hop around the corner here real quick.
Meep, meep.
Okay, now, ooh, the daikon looks wonderful. So our cantaloupe is really, really pretty right now. It does look like it's growing very, very well. It's going a little bit over the stem length. So what I have here is a cantaloupe that's been growing for, actually it's been out of germination for 2 days. Let's say 2.5, just to give it the best chance possible. Okay. Um, and again, I don't know what this is going to do. This is cantaloupe at I think 6 days old. So we got about 4 more days for them to grow, and yeah, here we go. Oh. 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 Huh. Okay. So it's definitely much sweeter than it was before. There's a tiny bit of lingering bitterness. The aroma is wonderful. Okay, so, and I'm gonna take my time because I like to savor this kind of stuff if I can. So, the good news is that the cantaloupe is definitely getting sweeter. The aroma is super, super flavorful at this point. It's still got about 2 to 4 days until it's actually at its max where I can harvest it and say, hey, every single one of those is good. It's really, it is much better than it was this morning. I can tell you that much. But I can still tell there's a little bit of lingering bitterness. It's not fully flipped yet from nobody's supposed to like me to I'm gonna be everybody's best friend now. So we still got a little bit of time to grow this. I'm gonna try it again tonight later on. What is it right now? 2:30? Oh, 2:30. That's perfect. So we're gonna try it again tonight. We're gonna try it again tomorrow. By tomorrow, I probably will know if I have to harvest them or not. And that is, again, that depends on if there's orders coming in. I cannot keep cantaloupe forever in a tray because, again, once you grow cantaloupe too long, it becomes bitter again. It tastes like grass. It becomes very fuzzy, very fluffy. And there's a lot of people that go, hey, you know what? The taste is beautiful, but I can't cope with the texture. And that is completely fine. I understand where you're coming from. Trust me. Texture is another thing that throws many people off because we have every variety of textures you can think of, from fuzzy to thick to small to sturdy to dense to crunchy to soft. I mean, microgreens have so many different properties when it comes to that. I think cantaloupe, again, right now, that is absolutely my favorite right there because it was not at peak sweetness yet, but the flavor was exceptional. The flavor is really, really good. So again, I'm gonna wait until tonight, try it again in the morning, and I might harvest it tomorrow, I might harvest it the next day, but again, it depends. Usually, my favorites to eat are sunflowers, cantaloupe, arugula, wasabi. So wasabi is an interesting one too. Something with Osaka too. But anyway, the wasabi was actually really interesting the other day because I tried it, and again, sometimes, especially the spicy ones, they can be a little overwhelming to the point where they actually taste bitter to you. But they're not bitter. It's just the wasabi trying to do its thing, being spicy, and learning how to properly bite people so that you might enjoy its bite. So this morning the wasabi was still a little bit on the bitter side. I'm gonna have to try that again. And again, when we water, I just go, oh hey, that looks tasty. By the way, tasty. I've never tried a Rambo radish at like 5 days old. Let me go ahead and give that a whirl. And our Rambo right now is super, super pretty, but super tiny still. There we go. Okay, so look at how cute that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that so pretty and purple? Yeah, that's Rambo for you. Now, I don't know exactly what to expect. It's been a while since I had one of these before I'm supposed to harvest them, but no. Oh, hi, how you doing? Excuse me. That's got the pepper. the initial bite is slightly bitter, but it's not ew. It's more like I'm still growing. I'm gonna get rid of this eventually. It's not bad. The spice lingers nicely, which is cool. They're definitely crunchy. I love that. Okay, okay. I think I'm a happy Rambo muncher. This is good. So Rambo radish is another one, and again, you know, you can't kill radish no matter how hard you try, unless you try really hard. Then it might just give in to your wishes. Rambo is one of those that goes wonderfully on sandwiches. Um, and personally, of course, I eat salads, but honestly, I've gotten so used to trying my microgreens on sandwiches and seeing how it works with turkey and ham and Swiss and pepper jack and mayonnaise and ranch dressing and all of these awesome things. And I'm still learning how to incorporate them with what, you know. I wouldn't put cilantro on a ham sandwich, okay? But I absolutely put wasabi on avocado toast, which is fantastic. Um, Especially if you want something more flavorish. I mean, the wasaka is really nice on avocado toast, but it does have a bit of bite that might detract from the avocado, which in and of itself is completely mild and creamy and beautiful. I think a good choice might be the spicy salad mix that we got. So we have kale in that, we have Osaka mustard, and we have Rambo radish, and that's the three things that we put into the spicy salad mix, and that works really, really well with avocado toast or the avocado bowls that I make. So I just cut up an avocado, add some ranch dressing, maybe some cheese, and then just throw a whole bunch of microgreens in there, and that's like my go-to. I need something healthy, I need it in mass amounts. Okay, that's kind of the thing. Also, let me go ahead and get back into the swing of things because Mr. Meep has finitoed with the trays over here. So I'm going to get you back into the grow room. And... oh, come now, child. Where are you? There. Boop. Perfect. Okay, so I'm headed back into the grow room for the last set of trays today. We're going to do the beets and the sunnies. Start with the beeps, then go for the sunnies. This way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And then the cantaloupe are those last 4, and we are going to do those later. We don't have to worry about them right now. Oh. Thank you, my dear. Yay! And the good news is the weather is finally nicer outside. It stopped raining, it stopped being so gray and gloomy outside. We have a little bit of sunshine. The temperature has warmed up a little bit, which is always fun. Whew. Okay, perfect. Now, let me see. All right, perfect. Now, we're doing this one more time. All right, we're doing this one more time, people. 8 more trays to go. There. Okay, that should work. I'm sorry if I get a little quiet. I'm trying not to talk as much when I do this. Because you're breathing in dirt. And on a regular basis for a prolonged amount of time, that is really not a good thing. Meep meep. Okay. Alright. There. Okay, beets and sunflowers. Now the beets we also are going to cover with a little dirt. The sunnies don't get that treatment. They get a different one. Okay, this is good. Ta-da! Oh, I forgot. I wanted to put another post out. We went to the Red Rooster yesterday. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. It was so great. I honestly am addicted to their French. They had a French toast croissant. I kid you not. They had a croissant French toast stuffed with cream cheese and then berries over the top. Oh my gosh. It was the best meal. It was so good. I have to absolutely post that and show that to you guys. I'm normally not one of those Instagram foodies who have to photofy every meal before they can eat, but I do have something that is very, very close to local pride, okay? I think some of the best coffee, some of the best apple turnovers, some of the best pastries, some of the best sandwiches are right here in Malawi County. Some of the best burgers and steaks and pastas. So when we go out, I do want to make sure that people know, hey, you know what? You can really get a good meal here if you're feeling, you know, something like for breakfast or something specific for dinner. I love to shout our local businesses out because it helps them a little bit. You know, we're having fun, we're enjoying what we're doing. And you're gonna hear me say that a lot. We're better together, you know? There's nothing wrong with helping other businesses out. There's nothing wrong with helping other people out a little bit. And having a bit of fun doing it, too. And I mean, that breakfast had personality, seriously. That was so good. I don't even know what Mr. Meep did. What did he have? Oh, I think the chicken fried steak. Yeah. And that went down very easily. And I think that's one of the very few foods where I get done before he does. Like, I don't even breathe. I just stuff it down and enjoy. It's a lot of fun. Okay. Just move those around. Ta-da! Boop. Okay, fair enough. And then this. Ta-da! Now I'm very much hoping that the weather is done with thrown tantrums. That would be very fun because honestly, I mean, it's one thing to be at a farmer's market. It's another thing to be out in the farmer's market out in the rain. Some very brave souls braved the weather and came to see us, which was awesome. But again, I think I'm kind of done with the nasty weather now. I'm not saying it has to be 100 degrees right away. But, I mean, 75 and a little sunshine is not too much to ask, right? Just a little, please? It's kind of funny. I talked with that about. I talked about that together with somebody else today, and it's kind of funny. As you age, you know, when you're younger, you go, "Oh yeah, 100 degrees, not a problem. Let me out in the sunshine. I got this." And then 20 years later, here you are going, "Oh my gosh, it's so hot. I want to go back inside and take a nap." Yeah, it's really one of those where you go, things change over time. And I adore the sun. I adore the heat usually. The only problem is that my eyes are light sensitive. So sometimes it's going to happen that all of a sudden my eyes are just going to start burning like crazy. And I'm going to start spilling tears and people are going to think I'm crying, but I'm actually just really having a reaction to all the bright stuff outside. Sometimes you'll find me wearing sunglasses even when I'm driving in the rain. So yeah, sunshine usually is a very good thing for me. I enjoy it a lot, just like most other people. But again, as time goes on, We're going to see some changes sometimes. Surprising changes at that. Such a cute little song. Can you tell me that we're not at the end of this album again? I don't want to get up and reset it again. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start singing. Yeah, trust me, you don't want that. Oh. Okay, I don't know if that was dirt or hair that I just got into my eyes. Ugh. And that's another thing, you know, when you work with so much dirt and you get stuff into your face all the time, it's gonna all add up over time eventually. And you want to try to avoid that at all cost. There. Wonderful. Yeah, but so far it's been a very, very productive Monday. Now, tomorrow we don't stream. Tomorrow we are going to be gone for the day. Well, not gone, but we're not going to go online. We're not going to go live, particularly. Because even a bunny needs a little day off here and there. I mean, we're still going to be very, very, very productive. Don't worry. But mostly it's just catching up on housework, doing stuff like that. See? I knew this was the last song. I don't want to sit here in silence. And I promise you I'm not going to start singing, okay? I'm not going to do that to you. Okay, now I'm going to finish the stream. I'm going to start up the music again. It's kind of funny sometimes when the music stops and all of a sudden the room feels a little emptier. There. Okay. I'm not tired, you're tired. Okay, now let's see if I can get the sweet. Let's see if I can get the music going again. There is thing, there is thing. Yay! Alright, and yes, I am still in the process of trying to find better music for this kind of thing. Perfect, that worked. There. Yeah. Out. That out here. Perfect. There we go. Nice and easy. Just the way we like it. Whoop. Yeah, see? We are a fun workplace. We get to throw stuff on the floor all the time. I mean, we pick it up, of course, but not yet. Oh man, when I was little in Germany, I went to a place with my mom and dad at that point. And it was a little bit like a Texas Roadhouse, just that it was a simple pub. And they had free peanuts over there. And I, at that point, was still well enough educated to know that you don't throw your stuff on the floor. You put it somewhere where, you know, you can pick it up and take it away later. Now, their policy was like, well, just like at the Texas Roadhouse. You eat peanuts, don't worry about the shell, throw them on the ground, it'll be fine. And I enjoyed going there so much because not only did I get some caffeinated Coca-Cola, but I also got a full bowl of peanuts, and I was the one who collected all of the shells into this little bowl and then went, "Mom, look what I'm allowed to do," and just dumped the entire thing on the floor. It was hilarious. It was so fun. That was so cool. Yeah, I loved that place. It just felt special, you know? It's like, oh, hey, cool. I'm allowed to break a rule? I'm supposed to break a rule? Fantastic. Let me at them, you know? Fun little things you pick up when you're a child. I was just thinking I was having fun. I didn't know I was making a memory out of that. Whoops. Okay. Now, yeah, growing up in Germany is something else. You grew up with so many nationalities. Every single day you have a variety of foods from all over the world. And like America, obviously, but still, you know, things in Europe are just a little different when you have real Italians making you pizza, and you know, it's just such a multicultural pot of people. You have your amazing Turkish donors. You have shish kebab. Ow, ow, ow. You have your good old German standard Wiener Schnitzel, of course, or Jägerschnitzel. You can do that as well. And Jägerschnitzel is so I'm not the biggest fan of mushrooms. I just cannot. I don't know why. Um, but Jägerschnitzel for me, the sauce is really really good. But I still kind of prefer Wiener Schnitzel with just plenty of lemon over the top. And now people say that, sorry. So people say, okay, well, what do you like better? Do you like Wiener Schnitzel made with chicken or with veal? The original Schnitzel is veal. I kind of grew up on veal, and I don't really know when I had my first chicken Schnitzel, but I kind of found that I prefer it over veal, mostly because of the texture and the thickness. And I have done both variants. And honestly, these days I don't even know if I have a favorite anymore because I haven't had a schnitzel in forever. I should just make a schnitzel. And it's really not that hard at all. Oh, there was a pub in, was it Hillsborough? I don't know, but it's called BJ's Brewhouse and Pub. And they had a Parmesan crusted chicken schnitzel, basically. But Parmesan crusted with a Chardonnay lemon butter sauce. And oh, I was addicted to that thing. Oh my goodness, it was so good. And I've made it a couple of times myself. And again, you know, to panier schnitzel, or how do you do that? To batter schnitzel, to put it through the batter and get all the good stuff on with the breadcrumbs and all of that. It's really not that hard. It's a bit messy, but I mean, if you just do a couple, it's not so bad. Plus, you get a nice sauce going with that, like I said, like a Chardonnay butter sauce or something. Oh man, it is absolutely lovely. So first you dip it in egg, then into flour, then into egg again, then a light dusting of flour, and then you put it into the Parmesan and get it all Parmesanized, so to speak. It is really, really wonderful because that gives you the double batter feeling. That gives you the double dipper, so to speak. There. Oh wow! Oh yay! Are we gonna have people coming in? Oh, okay. It's already okay. Perfect. So good news. Our racks just. Oh, I'm just catching up. So good news. Our racks just came in. So for the new grow room, we ordered 3 lights, or 3 sets of lights. We ordered 3 racks, and those 3 racks, or the first or the third rack has arrived. So we still don't have all the Mylar up, but things are coming together in a very nice fashion currently. Again, Mr. Meep is setting up walls and everything right now as we speak. He's working his hiney off over there. It's wonderful. And so what's happening is that Mr. Meep today is going to finish with one wall, and then hopefully we're going to be able to get some Mylar up. That'd be great too. But again, we have to paint everything, put the Mylar up, and it takes a long time when you're doing this with like 2 people, but 1.5 really. I don't count that much. But it is one of those things where you put something together step by step, and when you're tired and you worked all day and you slap the Milo on the wall and you go, okay, no, I'm done now, let's go to bed, and you're kind of really tired, and then the next day you come in and you go, oh, we did that yesterday, that is so cool, and it just looks nice, and you see the transformation taking place. It is so cool. And thank you again, all of you guys, because we're taking you on this journey with us, and you haven't jumped off the bandwagon. I'm pretty proud of you. Maybe we're just going too fast for you and you're scared, but it is really one of those things where I go, hey, you know what? If you guys really want to see our progress, again, that's why we're streaming. That's why we're doing all of these things, to keep you happy and entertained. Tell you exactly how we're doing and what we're doing. There. It's been a heck of a ride. Really, it has been. Very, very happy to be where we're at this exact point of time. Point in time? Point in time. I don't know. We're doing my English now, sorry. I'll fix my language later. Let me fix the trays first. I only have one brain cell, okay? It can only operate one thing at a time. Sorry. And then for tonight, I think I might just have a little bit more spaghetti bolognese, or rotini bolognese, really. I was considering that for breakfast this morning, but then I was like, hey, I'm just gonna get something on the road. It's fine. So I had tater cakes from Safeway. Okay, now let's see. Okay, one more corner. Yeah. Okay, put that over here. And whoop. Lovely. There we go. That looks like a shark tooth. Okay, and I'm gonna fix these 4 trays up here too. We just need to keep it separated because those are gonna be all the cantaloupe. The cantaloupe is still soaking. And the beets and sunnies here, they're already done. So I'm fixing for another, I don't know, 35 minutes or so until we're all done here. And then, oh, would you kindly let go of my arm? Thank you. Excuse me. Yeah, don't talk and do this. Okay. Now there we go. There we go. Okay. Now let's see if we can get all of this stuff into this corner here without making ourselves overly dirty. I totally need a shower. There. Okay, sweet. Now, we do the last 4 here. Eh. There we go. Perfect. Okay, back we go. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of stuff done today, guys. I'm very, very happy. Did all of our deliveries, came back straight home, went right back to work. That's the way it's supposed to be. And again, you know, I enjoy this. I really do. Yeah, it is tiring sometimes. I'm not saying it's always super fun, but it's still very enjoyable to me. There. Whoop. Alrighty, now let's hold on here. I thought I felt another big stick. Maybe not. Oh, there it is. See, I knew it. Is there another one? Ah, yep. There. Okay, so now that we have all of these, yeah, I'm just kind of checking on when the cantaloupe is going to be planted and when it's going to be in germination. So I think around 4 or maybe 5 if I want to give it an extra hour. I'm going to go and get the cantaloupe out, get that planted, probably within like, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Because I mean, I'm prepping the trays right now, so it's not going to take forever. Oopsie, hello, good morning, who are you? There we are. There. Okay. I'm kind of hoping my bitrate isn't too high. So I'm looking at my restream app on the phone, and it tells me that my my frequency is a little low, so it might look a little framey and slow for you guys. I'm sorry. I don't mean to rubber band you all around the yard here. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's better. Wonderful. Okay, put these out here. Yeah, and you can feel your hands a little bit after that. After 60 trays, yeah, you're getting there. For sure. Now the beets and the sunnies have been soaking for well, the beets actually have been soaking for 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6. And the sunnies have been soaking for 8 hours. Drip dried. There. And now they're ready to be planted here in a minute. I'm gonna have to go and get Mr. Meep so he can go and tamp down the trays again. That in a few minutes. I don't know if he's actually already taken the shelf and putting it together. Okay. Perfect. There's that. Yay. And of course, I'm trying to keep an eye on my chat with my millions and millions of viewers. Yep. Okay. Don't let the sticks poke me. And something that's kind of cool that I mention every once in a while is sometimes when you go through the dirt, you can actually find stones in here. I'm not talking rubies or sapphires or anything, but you can find little things like jasper and certite in here. Very, very cute. Just like a little hi, how you doing? And I keep those sometimes. If I deem them pretty enough, I absolutely keep them. Yeah, of course. Why not? Okay, there's that. This. Get that last corner in here. And then one more tray. One more tray, everybody. Come on, we got this. Gotta undust myself. Excuse me. Undust myself. Okay, there's this. Alrighty. Then I can go and get Mr. Meep. And then he can prep the trays, and then I get another 5 minutes. And then I'm gonna come back and get the beets and the sunny situated, and then we are pretty much done for the day. Isn't that cool? See, that's how easy it is. Get up at 4, do a good day's work, be done in the afternoon. But we're never really done. I mean, there's always stuff to do. But for today, I think I'm gonna go and take a nice hot shower, then have a little dinner, and then just, you know, do whatever needs to be done. And maybe even finish that movie that I started 2 days ago, which is a extra long version of Stephen King's Needful Things, where somebody put the theatrical version and the TV series version together, cut them all into one big extended cut. It's a 3.5-hour movie, so I'm almost halfway done now, I think. Maybe. Okay, now here we go. I'm gonna go and get Mr. Meep so he can go and fix the trays up. Yep, one honest day's work is always a good thing, isn't it? Alright, let me see. I'm gonna go and get my phone. Alright, wonderful. Now, yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get you this here thing, and I'm going to go and mute myself, and then I'm gonna go and get Mr. Meep, and he can go and do his thing. good. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have returned. And I am going to go ahead and fix the last few trays that we have here. Let me see. We have the sunnies. Oh, I start with the beets. Okay. So, beets. High in oxalates, so please beware of your kidney stones, but very, very healthy. Plus, they help support the production of nitric oxide. That is why they go into our NOx mix. Because NOx is the formula or the chemical abbreviation for nitric oxide. There's this. Okay. I'm not going to seed them very densely this time. Because again, beets are a different species of microgreens. You treat them with respect, put good in, get good out, right? And I've noticed that my beets don't really like to be too stuffed together. So I'm definitely not going to try and overseed here. And again, you know, intention matters. That is absolutely true for this. Make sure they have some space, but make sure they don't lay on top of each other. That's very important. Okay, so then, once we are done with the beeps, we can then move on over to the sunnies, and that's going to be our last tray that we're going to do on stream today. Because the cantaloupes still have about 2 hours before they're done. And I got dinner in the oven, or at least on the stove top. I'm making noodles right now. Yeah, I went back inside and I was like, I'm kind of hungry. I mean, if I have like 15-20 minutes, I could just put some noodles into the pot, and by the time I'm done here, they're going to be done too. So that works out for everybody then, doesn't it? So then we're going to have din. And that is going to have been a productive day then for us. This is good. See, it's a good day, people. This is what I'm talking about. This is great. Okay, that's good for the beets. Take the rest. Oh yeah, that's not much. That's good. And again, I hate to throw stuff out, but every once in a while you just can't. If a tray is full, it's full. You don't want to screw it up and make it any fuller than it needs to be. Okay, now, sunnies. And we're doing 4... Ew. Oh, Meep. What are you doing? We're doing 4 trays of sunnies. One. 2, 3, 4. Awesome, that worked. Lovely. This is the fun part for me, you know. I love my job, and I love it because there's little mini games all over the place, little side quests. Can we do a nice little straight line of sunnies? That kind of thing. I just love it. Okay, so now we have soaked those for about 8 hours. And we want to make sure that they're, again, not super densely seeded, but seeded in a way where they're not stacked on top of each other. They have a little breathing room where they're still within shouting distance, as I always say. So communication is possible. Okay, now let me see here. All of them there's. Okay. These. Okay, perfect. Ugh, itch. we are. Yes. Beautiful. Come on. Come on, Sunnies. Spread out. Spread the joy. Spread the love. Spread your wings. Just don't fly away. Just make sure they're not real wings. They're just cuddlians. Goodness, cannot speak. Okay. And here is tray of Sunnies number 4. Tray 56. Yeah, we did 56 of these today. I think 10 different varieties, but don't let me lie about that. I could be wrong. It's likely. Okay. There's that. All right. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, bunnies. I'm going to go and get Mr. Meep so he can go and spray them and stack them and rack them. But before I do that, I think, honestly, we did... it's fine. I need to wash these anyway. But before I do that, let me go ahead and thank you. Okay, let me go ahead and properly say thank you, because if you've been here today or any day or ever, I really love the fact that you stopped by. Thank you for taking a look at what we do. Thank you for maybe giving me a lazy grin for one of my stupid jokes. That's always fun. But yeah, we are going to be back on Wednesday, 5:15 a.m. We're not going to stream on Tuesdays. Actually, I think my harvest camp still has the schedule, but I'm gonna have to post it anyway. So, before I forget, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate you guys. If you have watched today or ever, have a lovely, lovely afternoon. We are going to be back Wednesday at 5:15 a.m. and then probably until, I don't know, maybe a couple of hours, depending. That's when Good Groceries comes and gets all of their stuff. We might do a little harvest stream in the afternoon, depending on what the orders are going to be coming in from 9 different places, I think, because Thursday, again, is our huge delivery day, small planting day. We'd love to have you anytime at all. Thank you again so much. We will see you when we see you another moment before. Meep, meep. Bye!